Everyone has a right to their own home. That's right, I'm talking to you. My name's Manda Walker and I am the Mortgage Coach, and this is my new channel, Mortgages and Money Matters. Now, I believe everyone has a right to own their own home, and I want to help you achieve it. The point of this channel, the reason I've started it, is because I believe everyone has a right to own their own home. So be it as a first-time buyer, be it as a first-time investor, be it as a first-time landlord, I will explain it all. I will demystify all of the complications around mortgages and money matters. A little bit about me. My name, as I said, is Manda Walker. When I first started out, after I'd left university, I actually saved up, got my deposit, bought my first flat. 3 years later, I used the equity. Now, equity is the difference when obviously mortgages are a loan and the value of your property is called the market value. Now, the difference between the loan, the mortgage, and the market value is called the equity. Now, in certain circumstances, you can borrow against that and borrow some of it or all of it, depending. And you can use that to invest in other properties. That's what I did. So at 23, about to turn 24, I bought my first property. I used the equity, the difference between the mortgage and the market value, to invest, use it as a deposit to buy my second property. Now, my first property I rented out, my second one I lived in. I did that for a few more years, and then I did it again and I bought my house. Now, all the time I was doing that, I was actually a trainee accountant. I then qualified, I'm now a chartered accountant, and I was doing that for the last 20 years. Now, back in 2019, I decided I wanted to become a mortgage advisor. In fact, it was suggested by a friend because I love property. I've been renting out my properties all this time, and I really do love finding solutions for people's properties. I find mortgages and how it all works really, really fascinating, and I just wanted to help. So I did my qualification, became a mortgage advisor, and off I went helping people. Now, what I realised was there was a lot of confusion out there. What is a mortgage? How does it work? What is the buying process? What is a good credit report? What does borrowing mean? And what does affordability mean? What does it mean you can borrow this much, but you can afford this much? So I intend to demystify the complications to make it really, really simple. This is why my channel is not just called Mortgages, it's called Mortgages and Money Matters, because I genuinely feel that they come hand in hand. And the reason being, you do have to have a deposit, you do have to have a good credit in order to get that mortgage, in order to get onto the property ladder. So because of this, it all comes hand in hand. Then, if you're like me, I was very lucky, I'd say, that properties were the price they were when I bought my first property. But then, you know what happened? I got a mortgage quite easily, I jumped in, and then I realised I was really struggling month to month. I hadn't budgeted, I hadn't figured out what I needed to take out of my life, what I needed, to pay the mortgage every month. So I want to talk to you about budgeting and having a healthy financial status in order to, one, get the mortgage, but in order to keep it as well, because having a mortgage is a big responsibility. But as I said at the beginning, everyone has a right to own their own home. Everybody has a right to become a landlord if you want to rent property out. Everybody has a right to invest in property if that's what you want to do. So I will be talking about right to buys, let to buys, help to buy to lets, everything that you can think of in order for you to get on the property ladder initially, to invest in property, to make a passive income. I mean, obviously over the last couple of years, it has been so topsy-turvy with COVID, but I have been able to, as I said, change from being, I was a financial controller, and train up to be a mortgage advisor and then start doing mortgages. And all that time I didn't have to worry about my monthly outgoings because I have passive income from my rental properties. So I really, really think that you can do it. And if you need a better understanding, if you've got any questions, this is what the channel's for. I will be doing collaborations with people in order to help improve your understanding and help explain other areas of the buying process, because obviously there's the estate agent element, there's obviously trades if you're looking at improving your property, there's obviously certain trades that you need to understand about, you need to understand what the architect does, you need to understand what the property, it's called conveyancing, what the property solicitor does. So I can invite all of those people along to do collaborations with me. I can also bring case studies, so I can bring my ex-clients along and they can talk about their journey as well. Now, it would be really, really great if you could subscribe to this channel, of course, and it would be even better if you can also comment and tell me what you would like to know. At the moment, everything I will be talking to you about on this channel is either things that I had to learn the hard way or things that clients in the past have asked me. So I'm here for you. Here for you as to give you mortgage advice as a mortgage advisor, here for you to give you education and understand how mortgages work and affordability and your profile and improving that credit report as a mortgage coach, because there's a lot more to it. So my role as the mortgage coach is literally from as soon as you decide you want to go on the property ladder, right up until you are mortgage ready. In fact, on Facebook, I have a free workshop. It's called Get Mortgage Ready Bootcamp, and I do 3 days every single month for free and talk people through getting mortgage ready. Now, this obviously will help enhance this. Well, I'll have more time, I'll be able to go into more detail and explain a lot more, because a lot of people, once they get to the point where they're like, right, I'm ready to have a mortgage now, they may not have sorted out their credit. They may not know what a good mortgage is for them. There's a lot more to mortgages than interest rates. And at the moment, that's a concern, because interest rates are continually going up. So I will be able to jump on this YouTube channel, explain what's happening in the mortgage market at the moment, and also explain all the other areas. But as I said, please go in the comments and say, what would you like to know? And I will do a video on it. I will do some content on it, because I really, really believe everybody has a right to their own home. Thank you so much for listening, and I'm really, really excited about starting this YouTube channel. Take care and look after yourself.